guys? WWE Fan Talk here, bringing you guys another Ringside Collectibles unboxing. Today we have the brand new WWE Elite Royal Rumble set.
So before this video begins, I'm just putting a disclaimer out there. For some reason, my microphone has been acting up lately and it makes these weird jittering sounds, and I don't hear it until I'm done videoing and I'm editing it, and there's no way of me getting rid of that sound. So it is your choice whether you want to continue watching this video, because there's several times during this video where it makes this weird buzzing sound. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't affect the content in any way, but if it does annoy you, just feel free to click off if you want. But I'm still putting this video up because it is a video review, and I'm not going to review it. I already videoed it, edited it, and yeah, so check it out. It's up to you whether you want to watch it or not. But yeah, just reminding you, the audio is kind of messed up at some point.
Now, I do believe this is the 2022 or maybe 2023. I'm not sure what the title of this set is, but it is a Royal Rumble set, and I'm super psyched to finally get these in hand. I don't think we usually get the Royal Rumble figures from Ringside. I mean, we might get them from Ringside Collectibles. I think they're usually Target exclusives, though. I could be wrong. But just a little comment on the side before we get into this video review. I have not been posting as much. As you know, everybody has their own life. All YouTubers aren't just YouTubers. They have other busy things in their life and other responsibilities to complete, and sometimes YouTube comes second for a lot of things in our lives. And for me personally, I'm a college student, and I've been super busy with going to school and commuting and going to work and just doing all these different things in my life. Being a young adult and, you know, spending time with my family and whatnot, I don't always have time to review and put up figure sets like immediately like I used to be able to when I was younger, when I was like 16 years old. So that's just a little like thing to put out there. Like, if you're wondering why the Royal Rumble set is getting uploaded right now rather than 3 weeks ago, it's because I've been just bombarded with responsibilities, and I'm finally getting the free time to be able to review these. So I hope you guys can understand and continue to support the channel. So let's crack open these figures and get started with this video review. Alrighty, so let's take a first look at Damian Priest. So every single figure in this set looks really cool. We have 3 red figures in this set, which I feel like is totally rare that we get that. What I mean by that is you have Brie Bella, Vader, and Rey Mysterio all wearing red. I think that's interesting. I don't know, maybe that's just like a little thing. Maybe nobody notices it, but I do. But let's take a look at the packaging right here. This is very similar to what we have seen in the past with the Mattel WWE Elite line. We get the open window, and just the shape of the box is something we have seen. I think this is how our current Elites look. But we do get this nice white look to it with the red, trying to kind of fit the Royal Rumble look. On the back we do have Damian Priest with all of his stats and whatnot. I don't know if you can even see that from how far away the camera is. But yeah, we are getting Doc Hendricks for the first time. I think it is the first time in the line we are getting Doc Hendricks in the pink suit, so very cool. But we're going to crack open this Damian Priest right now. We're just going to tear open the packaging. I'm not a MOC collector. Actually, I am a MOC collector, just not for everything I get. I know there are some MOC collectors that get 2 of each figure just so they can have 1 MOC and 1 to pose around and play with. I'm not like that. I like to break them out of the package, and I like to pose them up the majority of the time. Sometimes if I get a rare figure, I know I kept the British Bulldog in the package, and I kept the Cody in the package, as well as the Lionheart Chris Jericho, just because those are some figures I don't necessarily want out of the package. I want them rather on a shelf posed up. So let's pop open this figure. We got the arms for Doc Hendricks. We do get the pink sleeves right here, and I think these are a new mold because the cuffs kind of have this like weird sculpted look to them, but I could be wrong. They are double jointed arms, but they do look like a new sculpt. So correct me if I'm wrong. I have been wrong in the past. And then he does come with some extra fists, if we could pop those out. Let's pop those. These aren't fists. I'm sorry, these are mic holding hands. So they're the mic holding hands right there. Something we have seen before. And then let's get this awesome Damian Priest out of the package. So the Damian Priest comes in this awesome white gear, and I know a ton of people are gonna love this. We've been getting spoiled with white gear so far this year. Or was it this year? Maybe. I think this year we got the Randy and the Edge. maybe that was last year, but I do think it was this year that we got the WrestleMania Randy and Edge and their white gears from WrestleMania. And now we're getting Damian Priest, and I do believe he wore this on a couple occasions, not just the Royal Rumble. I believe he wore this against Finn Balor at one of the takeovers. I could be wrong, but I do believe it is the gear from one of the takeovers with Finn Balor. And this figure is just beautiful. I know some people were kind of mad that the cuffs right here, the little gauntlets, weren't sculpted and or separate or removable, I guess you could say. But I think that was placed on different parts of the gear. I'm just happy and blessed that we get the rised sculpted parts on his pants and the little buckles and whatnot. I'd rather that be sculpted and put on here than the I guess the cuffs or the gauntlets, whatever you want to call them. I'd rather that stuff be its own sculpted detail than the rest. But he does come with this rubber entrance jacket with some chains on it, and you can unplug it. Let's get this closer to the camera so you guys can kind of see. You kind of untab it right here on all three of them. And I think if you're a Mattel WWE wrestling collector, you kind of, you have common sense. You know how to take it off. But for those of you, this is your first time, which I don't think a lot of you, I don't think a lot of you are just now jumping into wrestling figures. I think if you're watching my videos, you've been collecting for a long time. But we got the chains looking very nice, shiny, something I think a lot of people are going to use when they pose this guy up. And then we get Damian Priest in this Archer-esque looking gear with all these arrows pointing around in the silver. And we get this nice texture. It's like a fishnet texture. And then we get his kick pads with the nice silver and the cool sting. I guess it's like a sting-esque type padding, like football pants in a way. And then we got the same crotch area from the last figure, I do believe. But overall, this is really cool. The tattoos are on point. Same Damian Priest head sculpt we saw before. Overall, I'm just going to say it. In my wholehearted, honest opinion, I believe that this is a step up from the last figure. Just because the last figure is purple, and I don't think a lot of people are super excited for a purple geared figure. And I don't know if that's a weird statement, but I think that the color white for gear is just a lot more fresh and a lot more appealing to the human eye than say purple gear. I don't know. Just my opinion. I know the purple gear was pretty sweet, but I am digging the white gear a whole lot more. It makes Damian Priest look a whole lot more fresh. So let's crack open the next figure, which will be Rey Mysterio. Pulling over Rey Mysterio, open up the box, taking him out of the package, throwing his stuff on the floor. So this is what's hilarious, and I know another YouTuber pointed this one out, but not a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people are gonna want this Brie Bella figure, and this isn't like me trying to not promote it. I'm promoting the rest of the figures as well as this figure, but I don't think a lot of people are gonna want this Brie Bella just because. Are people into the Bella twins still? I mean, they haven't been around in years, it feels like, and women's wrestling has just blown up since then. I don't know if a lot of people are going to want this Bella twins figure or the Brie Bella, and I think it's just hilarious because they put two important build-a-figure pieces in this Brie Bella figure so that their set could sell. I think that was their little thing. Because, be honest, are people not going to buy this Rey Mysterio and buy this instead just to build the Doc Hendricks? Really? Do you think that's going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen. I think that they're going to buy this Rey Mysterio, and then they're going to be like, dang it, he only comes with the freaking hands and the mic, which aren't really necessary for this figure because we have a million of those other accessories in our bins. We got to get the legs and the head. We got to get Brie Bella, which is not good in a way because now, what if people go to the store and they just steal the pieces and then, I don't know. Don't get any ideas. So, popping out the Rey Mysterio. He does come with some extra hands right here. It comes with the open black hands as well as the hands for Doc Hendricks and the Royal Rumble mic. So let's pop that out. The hands, he does come with mic holding hands. Let's pop those out. Get all the hands out while we're at it. One little complaint is that with the Rey Mysterio figures, my biggest gripe is not with the figures, because I think he has some of the best figures that Mattel makes. It's the dang hands. they just reuse it. It's nothing new with the Rey Mysterio hands. It's always the same pairs of hands, like same sculpt. Like, I'm fine with these SmackDown intro hands, and I'm fine with the punching gloves. But when is Rey Mysterio ever going to be able to hold something? Like, you're going to have to give him an oversized, giant, regular person hand. And that just doesn't look right. So please, Mattel, please, give Rey Mysterio some Mike Holding glove hands. Not the ones that are like this, just painted black, but like the sculpted open hands. And like, if you did that for the rest of the figures, like if you're going as far as like putting the side plates on for the WWE Championship for each figure, start sculpting gloves and like giving like, I don't know. That's just my little gripe and my little complaint. Looking over here at Rey Mysterio, I'm not sure if this is like this is when he won the Royal Rumble, right? I could be wrong, but I think this is when he won the Royal Rumble. Was that 2005? Earlier? I can't quite remember. But this is awesome. This figure is so sick. One of my first ever wrestling figures was a Flex Force. I think it was Flex Force. Rey Mysterio. It was the only one I could find. I got it at my Walmart when I was like 10 or 11. And I was so pumped. You bent it back and then it like kicked or something like that. And it had the similar gear to this one. And that's like one of my all-time favorite Rey Mysterio gears. And now I got it in Elite form. It's very similar to that gear. It's not the same, but it's very similar. We get the 619 on the side. I am near San Diego. I do originate from San Diego. And then we do get the cross right there with the black flame. And then we get the classic Rey Mysterio tattoos and his mask right there looking phenomenal. There's the back. On his stomach it says Mexican right there. Just overall a very nice looking Rey Mysterio. And I miss him with the pants. Like, the pants to Rey Mysterio was so cool. I don't know if he's going to do that anymore, but like that is just, I prefer Rey Mysterio with the pants. I think it looks so much cooler than the tights and the boots. That's just my opinion though. But the Rey Mysterio is phenomenal. I'm really curious to how like these two are going to measure up to each other at the end of the video, because I'm going to rank them from least to greatest. But we're going to have to stay tuned for that. For now, we're going to pop open. You know what? I'm gonna take a little tip from, or maybe not. No, this is a little tip from Mattel. I'm going to review this one now, so you have to wait to see the Vader. You see how that works? See how that works? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so let's pop open this Brie Bella. Get Doc Hendricks out of here. Popping his head out. And popping his legs out. Let's pop Brie out. I believe this is when she returned, and she was post-pregnancy. And she just totally embarrassed herself. It was very sad. I cringe every time I see it. She went for a suicide dive and literally fell on her face. It was brutal. And I feel really bad because some people just got it and some people just don't. And I don't think Brie Bella had it after going through a pregnancy. And like, that's not to say that anybody after a pregnancy can't do it, because look at Becky Lynch and look at Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair has kids. They can do it, but I think it was too soon, maybe. I don't know. But overall, despite all the negativity, this is a very nice looking Brie Bella figure, and I think this is the definitive Brie Bella figure that everybody's going to add to their collection. The flannel is nicely sculpted. It does say Brie mode on the back. I don't think we've seen this before, but it does have texture on it. Same head sculpt we have seen before, and we got the kind of like the holes in the tights with the knee pads, with the CM Punk-esque design, and no ankle pivot, which is kind of lame, but it is what it is. We do get double jointed arms, as well as double jointed knees. How about that? So very cool. This is a figure that you should add to your collection if you are a women's collector. Don't say you don't need it, because you do. You do need it. So very cool Brie Bella figure. If you do want these figures, please don't go to the store and steal the Build-A-Figure pieces out of the package. Just buy the figure. Just buy the figure. Do it. If you want this bad enough, you're gonna get it. Now let's get on to Vader. Not Darth Vader. It's Vader time, Vader. Alright, cool. So we got his Mike Holding hands out of the package here. They are gloved. Very cool. Oh no, did I throw the Build-A-Figure? Oh my goodness. Forgot the jacket. Oh, we could use this for a Seth Rollins, couldn't we? You never know. So, here we have Vader right here. Move out of the way, Brie. We do get Vader looking sick. This is, I'm not going to lie, I'm a big figure collector, but this is my first ever Vader. I've never gotten a Vader before. I know there was a Vader released as a Target exclusive a while back, and I did not pick it up, even though I did see it in the stores. I just didn't really see the need based off of the appearance of that figure to get it. But getting this Vader in hand, it is a very nice looking Vader, and it feels good in the hand. It's kind of like the Otis. Just the big figures usually feel good in the hand. Although, you're going to want to warm this up. Otherwise, you're going to break his hips and his leg joints. Heat up his hip and leg joints just so you don't break it, because the hip is not wanting to move, and you're not going to want to force it because then you're going to stretch it. But we do get the classic Vader look right here. Rest in peace, Vader. We do get his iconic mask with his red and black singlet, as well as the back with the V, and the red boots looking fantastic, and the Vader hands right there. Vader can't come without Vader hands. So, very cool Vader. Just a nice looking figure right there. I'm super pumped for this one. And leave it in the comments down below. For those of you that do collect Vader figures, is this the best one? If you do have this one, comparing it to the other figures, is it the best one? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see for the comments section to explode. So let's build this Doc Hendrix right here. Let's take the torso and connect it to the legs. And this is probably going to be hard. Let's try it out though. Let's try to plug this in. These are usually hard to build. The last few Build-A-Figures I've gotten haven't fully worked. Like the Vince McMahon one, the arm couldn't plug in on one end, and I heated it up, and it's just something was wrong with it. Like this right now, it's not wanting to connect fully, so that's kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, it worked just now. Hopefully this side, did it plug in? Is it plugged in? Yes, it's plugged in. Thank the Lord. Yes. And let's pop on this head right here. Popping it on. There we are. And now we have our first time in the line, Doc Hendrix, looking fresh in the suit. Or do I spot myself a Seth Rollins over there? Is there a Seth Rollins over there? You could pop off the head and add on a Seth Rollins head. I don't see a Seth Rollins around here anywhere. But if you wanted to, you could. I've seen some people do this little fix-up since Seth is wearing all his suits and stuff, which I'm not the biggest fan of that gimmick right now. I like the Burn It Down Monday Night Rollins gimmick. You can add that if you want. But this is the full set of the Royal Rumble. I think it's 2022, 2023. Could be wrong. Maybe it's 2023 set released. We did just get the WrestleMania ones, which, by the way, if you look, well, you can't really see it. It's over there. I did pop out the Dusty figure just because I could not wait to crack open that figure. But it will be reviewed in the video, as well as the Rock and the rest of the figures in that WrestleMania set. So look out for that, as well as I do believe I still have to do the Survivor Series set as well. But look out for more reviews coming soon. Make sure to go to Ringside Collectibles to pick up this set today. Use discount code TANNER, TANNER, all caps, to save 10% at checkout on your order. Definitely worth it. I know it's 10%, but it'll knock off shipping, I suppose. So yeah, leave it in the comments down below what you think of this set. If I have to rank them from least to greatest, I'm going to go Brie at last. Then I'll go Doc. Then I'll go Vader. Then I'll go Priest. Then I'll go Priest. Then I'll go Rey. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Priest at 2, Rey at number 1. I know that's a little crazy, but Rey definitely at number 1. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave in the comments down below your least to greatest for this set. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show.